Okay, let's say it out loud. Retirement is a stupid idea. Not because relaxing is bad, but because what we were sold was a lie. You were told you'd coast into your golden years, golf a little, sip some wine, and it would be just enough. But no one, and I mean no one, mentioned the loneliness or the depression. And no one warned you about boredom or the feeling of invisibility. That's why this channel started. Yes, in November of last year, I decided I had had enough with this damn idea of retirement and I was moving on. My first viral video was Retirement, What a Stupid Idea. And today I'm back with the answer. It's been exactly a year since I've retired, and a lot of people have said this video is what they're waiting for. If retirement is broken, what do we do instead? Well, I'm here to talk about that today because 67% of Americans over 55 say they're not financially ready. And what does financially ready mean? Well, according to statistics today, financially ready means $1.3 million. Yes, you need to have $1.3 million. And who has that? No one. I mean, okay, back the bus up. Yes, there are a percentage out there, which is less than 10%, that have $1.3 million in the bank and, they can now retire. Wow, that's not the rest of us. What happens when the what happens when the routine disappears? So does the clarity. It's not age, it's emptiness. You're not broken. And here's the plan. What are we supposed to do with our time? And I think that becomes, the largest question. I know we left, we did a cruise, we did 8,500 miles in our motorhome, and we did the retirement life. We went places with the grandkids, we went places with the grandparents, the nieces, the nephews. We did it all in probably 4 months. It wasn't like take years to go do all this stuff. We did all this stuff in 4 months. We came home and it was winter. And we were in our motorhome in Las Vegas, so winter's not really winter, but it was still winter. We couldn't travel the rest of the country. And at that point, my phone hadn't rang with questions in months. Nobody cared. We became invisible. And that's really not why I retired. So, I'm going to show you the clip here from episode 15 about the side gig formula, because at that point, the end of summer and then October, we returned in October. So by the end of November, not 30 days from retiring, I had had a damn enough. I decided that enough was enough. I'm not going to sit here, look out the window and read a book. For some of you, that is a grand mission. But for me, I'm just not built that way. So I decided that YouTube was my solution. I knew because we had been on YouTube since 2020. We have had viral videos on YouTube for years. We had viral videos before anybody knew what the hell a viral video was. So I decided that at that point, I was going to build another YouTube channel. And that YouTube channel, the one you're watching today, is called Retirement Today. We're 190 videos in. We've got 250,000 views and just a little over 12,000 subscribers. And thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Well, I think the key is, I had to think about it a little bit. And I thought to myself that how and others like me could we solve this issue of, loneliness and depression in retirement? So I came up with you are the business, you are the product, and you are the gold mine. We were never meant to fade. We were meant to evolve, to contribute, to share. and, moving on to new things. So, hence the YouTube channel. And after I started, reached out to a lot of people to to find out what they thought about being YouTubers. And one of my favorites is Dwayne. Dwayne is the Dry Creek Wrangler. He just sits and tells stories of working the horse ranch, which has been his entire life. And he gets about 250,000 views per story. And it's simple advice, simple living, and the simple side of people. He's built a YouTube empire out of the simplicity. So then we decided that I decided I was going to build a software for people to help them find purpose. And that today is evolving into Hey Sage. And one of our first customer trials with Hey Sage was Bill. Now, Bill worked at General Motors for 30 or 40 years, and one day his flashlight fell out of his pocket. He bent down to pick it up, and his back broke. It was, he had just turned the wrong way, and he had some kind of brittle back syndrome, and he broke his back. Next thing, he woke up 3 days later in the hospital, literally attached to a backboard and couldn't move. And so the long story of the whole thing was that Bill turned to strawberries into storytelling gold. And another person that I met along the way was Ellen. Ellen was the one that sent us the photographs in the videos of bugs eating her garden vegetables. And I still remember those videos, and I remember it was like slow motion terror of bugs crawling on her leaves, eating her vegetables. And Ellen is on Sage as well. She's been on with us about 6 months now, and she's just doing amazing things. She has an amazing audience, and she talks about natural fertilizers and ways to make your gardens bloom. I think I've come to the conclusion that the key to retirement and the key to success is teach what you know. If you can talk, you can teach. And if you can teach, you can earn money. Now, for some people, earning money might be $500 a month. Well, a lot of the people that I just mentioned are coming real close to $5,000, $10,000 a month. So, if you can dream it, you can do it. But the secret is it's all about you. And I want you to be clear about one thing. When you think about retirement and you think about it being a stupid idea, I want you to think about time. You've already lived 90% of your life. Don't waste it. Don't waste the rest trying to be who you used to be. Don't tell stories of the office or all the great things you did, because nobody cares anymore and nobody's listening. Let go of the world that thinks, who you used to be, and start doing what you were built to do. Find your dreams, chase your dreams, go find out what you're good at. And I think it's much simpler than you think. Yes, it takes time. Well, dumbass, you're retired. You got lots of time. So sit down, talk to your phone. We've had so many people that have gone to Canva and created PDFs and sold PDFs. We have people who cook and produce recipes, and all of this is following what you love. You've sort of got to take a deep dive into yourself and say, all these years I've worked, and it doesn't necessarily represent my purpose. And I think that's, when we started the channel Retirement Today, well, Retirement Today was focused on finding and defining your purpose. I've had so many people now that I've interviewed tell me that they worked 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and it had nothing to do with purpose. It put a fishing boat in the driveway. It put an addition or a remodel on the house. It put their kids through school and gave them a good life. But When it all comes to an end, in the back of your mind, what becomes important is now it is time to find your purpose. Find out what you'd like to do and do it. Just go do it. If it's a YouTube channel, I am here for you. Please put YouTube down in the comments and I'll send you an array of things that'll help you get started. But I can help you get started on just about anything. The other thing is book a free call and with one of our Hey Sage pros, and we'll help you make your next chapter the best one yet. You're not too late. You're just right on time. Because guess what? You've got the time. You don't need to retire. You don't need to stop. You don't need to be told you're useless. You need to rewire to purpose, passion, and people. We all love people. We all love feeling needed. So just remember, you are the business, your life is the story, your passion is the product. Thanks for watching Bread on the Go for Retirement Today. See you next time.